Hi, it's Jane with Scraptastic Yarns podcast. Um, Today is Saturday, day 28 of VEDA, and we went and we did a little bit of our grocery shopping. And while we were out, I stopped at Joann's. Had to get some different colored floss. Was out of some certain colors that I wanted to use. I've been working on my good intentions. Started with the fly stitch, getting ready to do some of the flowers, and I needed some flower colors. Didn't really have any shades that were appropriate for that. And then while I was there, they had this marked down, and I thought it was cute. So I decided to get it, work on it, play a little bit. You guys are fading out on me. Sunshine. Never know what's going on. Also needed some yarn. I have some grays and some blues that I want to mix to put together to make a shawl. So Red Heart was on sale, 25% off. And of course their big twist brand. And this one is in soft gray. This one is in charcoal. So purchased those. Other than that, there's not a whole lot going on. While we were out, I noticed it's kind of crazy and goofy, and husband said, well, tomorrow I think is a full moon. So that kind of explains some of the people that were out there. It seemed like you always get an odd grouping then. And of course, we did get an odd grouping when we pulled into Walmart to get some things. There's a lady walking around the parking lot, older woman, had a bag. She's looking for her car. Asked her if she knew where she was, parked her car last. She said, I have no clue. She said, I think I'll find it eventually. I said, well, if your key fob has the horn, the safety alert, you could probably use that to help find your car. So she did do that and found her car. And then when I was in the Walmart walking around, there was an older lady looking at something. She kept backing into everybody's carts. And I don't know, just strange. You know how that goes. Tomorrow is what we call our Chinese eat out day. We go to a Chinese buffet in Williamsport. It used to be called Shakura. Now it is Nagoya. And we like it. My husband likes the sushi there. And I like it because I can always get steak there. I have a food allergy to iodine. So, a lot of the foods prepared I cannot have. But they always have one. They have one dish that I like, which is coconut chicken. And I like that a lot. And I also like sweet and sour chicken. Although I wish they'd have sweet and sour pork every once in a while. Sweet and sour pork has always been my favorite. When I was growing up in Roswell, New Mexico, there was a restaurant there called Chewed In, and Jack and Susie Chew ran that store for many, many years. And they had some of the best sweet and sour pork and some of the best Chinese dishes I've ever had, traditional Chinese dishes, along with the Americanized Chinese dishes. And I had the opportunity to work there at Chewed In after I graduated out of high school for about a year. I was the hostess / cashier, and that was a lot of fun. And one of the few times I've ever worn dresses, because you had to dress nice for it, and Jack preferred his hostesses to wear dresses, so I wore dresses, which I had to go buy dresses. That wasn't a whole lot of fun shopping for dresses. I'm not a big dress person to begin with. I prefer pants, jeans, laid back clothes. When it comes time to get dressed up for something, I'm like, they're dragging me. because I really don't care to dress up for things. So, those are some things that brought back some memories, thinking about when we go to eat at this restaurant. And of course, like I said, my husband, it's one of his favorite with the sushi because many times before there was an eel shortage and it was hard to get eel, the cook would make sushi with eel, and that is one of the few places my husband's been able to get sushi with eel, and he likes it. So we do that every other Sunday, and then we stop at the Tractor Supply to get it's a birdseed mix, has nuts and things in it, corn, a lot of shells and seeds, which the squirrels and chipmunks and the birds all come for. And of course, while we're feeding those, we've got a red hawk that comes and sits in the tree behind our house. It's in our neighbor's yard. It's a red hawk that sits and looks and tries to decide who he wants to have for dinner. So I guess we're feeding all the neighborhood. And then, of course, late at night, oftentimes we can find the possum coming through, and rabbits. Rabbits like to chomp on the leftovers too. That's kind of cute. Of course, we throw out some veggies, things for the rabbit as well. We tend to feed the animals and give them water in the summer. Water's kind of hard to get sometimes, even though they can, go across the street over to the river, Susquehanna River. It's probably not a good idea to cross traffic. So we put water out for the animals as well. It's one of our favorite things, and we sit out there and watch the antics. It's funny when the chipmunks get into it because they'll sit in the tray. It's a tray that sits on the floor. Chipmunks will sit in there, and the squirrels will come up, and chipmunks will practically bop them on the nose to get them out of there. And then, of course, birds come along, and they'll peck at the squirrels to get the squirrels out of there. Chipmunks kind of rule the roost when that bird seed's out there, so it's kind of interesting to see. I have been working on my Kelsey. I've got it about halfway done. That is the one shawl that Lacey over at Hooked on Owls has. Like I said, I'm not sure. I think today is the last day to get that till midnight. I'm not positive, but you need to go watch her video for the secret word, that gives you the free on it, and that is Hooked on Owls. It is her 12th podcast, so just go look for Hooked on Owls. I did link it yesterday in one of the replies to that one, so hopefully it's still free until midnight. Alright, I'm going to let you go. See you tomorrow. Bye.